In this video, I'm about to show you 10 Denny's menu items you should never order, and why, along with 5 options that are actually safe and worth trying. Starting with number 10, Grand Slamwich with bacon. The Grand Slamwich with bacon. On paper, it's the kind of indulgent breakfast sandwich that makes your taste buds cheer. Fluffy scrambled eggs, melted cheese, crispy bacon, and sausage crammed between buttery pancakes. It's a portable diner fantasy, and no one would blame you for drooling. But let's take a closer look at what you're actually biting into. A single Grand Slamwich with bacon packs around 1,200 calories and over 50 grams of fat, with nearly 2,000 milligrams of sodium, which is almost an entire day's worth according to the American Heart Association. For comparison, their recommended daily sodium limit for adults is 2,300 milligrams, but most experts suggest aiming for 1,500 milligrams to maintain heart health. Just one sandwich has enough saturated fat to exceed half of the daily recommended intake. Beyond the numbers, this isn't just about calories. The sandwich relies heavily on processed meats, bacon, and sausage, which the World Health Organization classifies as Group 1 carcinogens linked to colorectal cancer when consumed frequently. And let's be honest, those pancakes aren't exactly whole grain health food. They're sugar bombs designed to taste fluffy while keeping costs low. Eating this once in a while? Sure, life's too short to skip every indulgence. But if your goal is nutrition rather than novelty, the Grand Slamwich with bacon is more of a convenience-engineered calorie trap than a meal. Your heart, arteries, and future self will quietly protest after every bite. Number 9. Country fried steak and eggs. You might think this is the ultimate stick-to-your-ribs breakfast, and it delivers on that front. A thick breaded steak, fried golden, topped with creamy gravy, plus eggs and hash browns. But don't let appearances fool you. One plate carries around 1,350 calories, nearly 80 grams of fat, and over 2,700 milligrams of sodium, which is more than an entire day's recommended intake according to the American Heart Association. What's worse? That crispy coating is soaked in oils containing trans fats, which research in circulation shows can raise LDL cholesterol and increase heart disease risk. The gravy might feel like comfort in a spoon, but it's a concentrated source of sodium and refined starches, while the hash browns and eggs add a fat-sodium combo that can spike blood pressure and leave you sluggish for hours. Patrons often report feeling bloated and overly full after this meal, a common response to large, fried breakfasts high in salt and fat. Even the protein-packed eggs are lost in the sea of grease and starch. Number 8. Moons over my hammy sandwich. The moons over my hammy sounds like breakfast royalty. Ham, eggs, and cheese grilled to golden perfection. But let's be honest. This sandwich isn't just a morning treat. It's a full-on processed meat parade that your heart might side-eye. That ham, loaded with sodium nitrite, which the World Health Organization classifies as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning it's linked to colorectal cancer. The eggs, though fluffy and inviting, are often pre-mixed with stabilizers to hold their shape, not to make your breakfast healthier. Here's the kicker. Denny's built this sandwich for comfort and nostalgia, not nutrition. It's a visual showstopper on the table, but regular consumption of processed breakfast meats is tied to higher risks of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Online reviews are full of people joking about feeling like a human balloon after finishing one, and they're not exaggerating. The cheese adds that ooey gooey delight we all love, but it's another layer of saturated fat and preservatives. And yes, the portion size? Massive. Instagram worthy? Absolutely. Heart healthy? Not so much. If you crave that classic Denny's vibe, there's a smarter swap. An omelet loaded with fresh veggies or turkey bacon hits similar flavor notes without the sodium shockwave. Enjoy the taste, skip the nutritional regret, and maybe save the moons over my hammy for a once-in-a-while indulgence you'll thank your arteries. Number 7. Triple Bacon Cheeseburger. The Triple Bacon Cheeseburger is basically the culinary equivalent of showing up to a marathon in a tank. It's bold, unapologetic, and impossible to ignore. You're looking at 3 hefty beef patties stacked with crispy bacon and processed cheese, designed to hit that perfect wow factor visually and taste-wise. But behind the Instagram-ready indulgence lies a nutrition profile that makes your heart sigh. One sandwich delivers nearly 2,100 milligrams of sodium, over 90% of the recommended daily intake for an average adult, and more than 45 grams of saturated fat, according to the American Heart Association. The bacon is cured with sodium nitrites, which, while safe in moderation, have been linked in large-scale studies to higher colorectal cancer risk. The cheese is engineered for that classic melt and stretch, but it's largely processed, containing emulsifiers and stabilizers, rather than pure dairy. Meanwhile, the beef patties are flash frozen for uniformity, prioritizing production efficiency over flavor complexity. The triple bacon cheeseburger is a triumph of marketing and indulgence, but it's meant as a rare treat, not a daily habit. Swap in a single patty, add fresh lettuce and tomato, and you still get that savory satisfaction with dramatically less risk to your cardiovascular health. Treat it like a special event, and your arteries will thank you later. Number 6, Big Daddy Breakfast. Let's talk about the Big Daddy Breakfast. At first glance, it's every late-night diner craving wrapped in a plate. Pancakes stacked like skyscrapers, eggs swimming in butter, sausage links, bacon, and hash browns with more oil than a car engine. It's impressive, no doubt, but here's the problem. One serving hits nearly 2,000 calories and over 80 grams of fat. That's almost a full day's worth for the average adult. Sodium? 4,500 milligrams. That's more than double the American Heart Association's recommended daily intake. Studies from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology link consuming this much salt in a single sitting to spikes in blood pressure and increased cardiovascular strain. And those sausages and bacon are nitrite cured, a chemical preservation method the World Health Organization classifies as a Group 1 carcinogen when consumed regularly. Here's the kicker. This is not just food. It's engineered to satisfy every sense at once. The butter, sugar, and salt are a flavor bomb. Eating it is a moment of indulgence, yes, but don't fool yourself. This isn't breakfast. It's a cardiovascular warning in disguise. If you're going to tackle it, maybe share it with a friend. Sip water instead of drowning it in syrup, and treat it as an experience rather than a routine. Your arteries will thank you for keeping it rare. Number 5, Ultimate Skillet Hash. The Ultimate Skillet Hash. Just the name makes your mouth water, right? Golden, crispy potatoes, melted cheese, and a mountain of bacon and sausage sitting proudly on top. It's like Denny's threw a full breakfast buffet onto one plate and said, "Go ahead, indulge. But before you get carried away with that first forkful, let's unpack what's really happening here." This dish is a perfect example of convenience meeting over-engineering. Each component, potatoes fried in oil, processed meats, and shredded cheese, is designed for quick prep and maximum appeal, not nutritional value. Bacon and sausage contain nitrates and nitrites, compounds that the World Health Organization links to an increased risk of colorectal cancer when eaten frequently. Meanwhile, the frying oils and cheese add a heavy load of saturated fats, which researchers at the American Heart Association have long linked to an increased risk of heart disease with regular consumption. And let's not forget sodium. A dish like this is engineered to taste bold, and that boldness comes from salt, which, according to the CDC, contributes to high blood pressure in a significant portion of adults. Here's the reality. Ultimate Skillet Hash is a weekend treat, not a weekday staple. It's comfort on a plate, indulgent and satisfying, but your body won't thank you if it's a routine. Enjoy it once in a while, savor it, but don't let Denny's convince you it's an everyday breakfast. Number 4, Chocolate Chip Pancake Breakfast. The classic temptation? Golden pancakes dotted with chocolate chips, a drizzle of syrup, and a side of eggs and bacon. It sounds like the perfect weekend treat, right? But here's the kicker. What seems indulgent can quickly turn into a nutrition nightmare without you even realizing it. While the sweet chocolate chips make your morning feel like a reward, they also introduce hidden sugars and highly processed ingredients that spike blood sugar in a flash. Denny's lists semi-sweet chocolate chips as containing sugar, cocoa, processed with alkali, and soy lecithin. That last one? It's an emulsifier that keeps the chocolate looking silky but has zero nutritional benefit. Add syrup on top, and your body gets a double sugar hit before you've even had your coffee. Consumer reports and nutrition databases have flagged this combo as particularly risky for those managing insulin sensitivity or trying to avoid added sugars. Here's where the personality comes in. Picture yourself on a Saturday morning, ready to conquer the day, only to feel sluggish an hour later because your breakfast packed more sugar than a candy bar. That's not fuel, it's a sugar roller coaster. If you crave pancakes, consider splitting them or opting for fruit toppings instead of chocolate. Denny's knows exactly how to make you smile at first bite, but your energy and long-term wellness deserve a breakfast that actually works with your body, not against it. Number 3. Loaded breakfast burrito. If you've ever eyed a loaded breakfast burrito at Denny's thinking it's the ultimate grab-and-go hero, think again. This oversized tortilla promises a hearty morning fix, but it's more like a chemistry experiment wrapped in a tortilla. The blend of scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon, cheese, and hash browns is designed to hit all the savory sweet spots, but the reality is far from wholesome. Each ingredient is heavily processed. The sausage and bacon are preserved with sodium nitrite, which the World Health Organization classifies as a probable carcinogen linked to colorectal cancer. The cheese isn't always real in the traditional sense. It often contains emulsifying salts to make it melt perfectly, a trick your taste buds love but your body doesn't. Consumer complaints have been consistent over the years, mostly about the overload of salt and artificial flavorings that mask the simple breakfast ingredients. A 2021 investigative report by the Center for Science and the Public Interest noted that heavily processed breakfast items like this burrito routinely contain additives such as sodium phosphate and hydrolyzed proteins, which enhance flavor but can spike sodium levels and trigger inflammation. Honestly, it's the kind of indulgence you might savor once in a while, but if your goal is real breakfast nourishment, you're better off crafting your own burrito with fresh eggs, vegetables, and unprocessed meats. Your body and taste buds will thank you. Number 2, Oreo Slam. Oreo Slam is the showstopper that looks like a dessert dream, but is secretly a nutritional nightmare. Stacked pancakes, Oreo crumbles, chocolate drizzle, and a scoop of ice cream, all on one plate, make it the kind of dish that Instagram influencers drool over. But underneath that glossy presentation lies a concoction loaded with processed sugars, artificial flavors, and additives designed more for shelf stability than your health. Oreo cookies themselves are treated with high fructose corn syrup, and the chocolate drizzle often contains soy lecithin and other emulsifiers to keep it pourable, fancy words for engineered sugar chemistry. Multiple customer reviews on review sites, including Yelp and TripAdvisor, highlight concerns about overwhelming sweetness and inconsistent portioning, suggesting that Denny's prioritizes visual impact over balanced ingredients. Nutrition advocacy groups like the Center for Science and the Public Interest have repeatedly warned that desserts combining multiple processed components, such as pancakes with ice cream and cookies, are high in added sugars and saturated fats, which can affect long-term heart and metabolic health. It's fun for a one-time splurge, but if you're chasing flavor without guilt, it's smarter to enjoy freshly baked pancakes or homemade ice cream separately, so you actually know what you're putting in your body and can savor each bite without the engineered overload. Number 1, Monster Burger. The Monster Burger isn't just food, it's a dare. Picture 3 juicy beef patties stacked high, melted cheddar oozing, crispy bacon cracking with every bite, and sweet caramelized onions hiding under a glossy layer of secret sauce. It's the kind of burger that makes you whisper, "Do I really need a fork?" before diving in? But here's the reality check. Most of that flavor magic comes from ultra-processed ingredients, built for consistency, not health. The beef patties often contain added phosphates to lock in moisture, while the bacon is cured with sodium nitrite, a preservative that studies in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition link to potential long-term health risks. Even the cheese and sauces, as irresistibly gooey as they are, carry emulsifiers and stabilizers. Research published in Frontiers in Nutrition shows that ultra-processed meat products like this can increase inflammatory markers when eaten frequently, and yet you can't help but grin while taking that first, messy bite. The Monster Burger is indulgence at its finest. Want to enjoy it without paying the full health toll? Try swapping one patty for a grilled portobello mushroom or asking for lettuce wraps. All the fun, fewer regrets. This burger may be monstrous, but smart tweaks make it a little more manageable for your body. But don't worry, it's not all bad. There are a few Denny's menu items that are surprisingly better choices. Tasty, satisfying, and made with fewer unnecessary additives, starting with number 5, Fit Slam. If you've ever wanted a breakfast that feels like it's cheering for you, the Fit Slam is it. Egg whites show up as the unsung hero, protein-packed but gentle on the waistline, while turkey bacon brings the sizzle and smoky charm without making your arteries nervous. Multigrain toast isn't just a vehicle. It's a crunchy, nutty reminder that carbs can be smart and satisfying at the same time. What's great about the Fit Slam is how it balances I care about my health with I still want my breakfast to taste like breakfast. Add a side of fresh berries or a drizzle of hot sauce, and suddenly it's more than a plate. It's a morning ritual that feels intentional, fun, and totally doable. This isn't just food, it's motivation you can chew, a little nudge to start your day strong without feeling like you're missing out on flavor. Number 4. Build your own omelet. The build your own omelet is where your morning creativity takes center stage. Picture it, a fluffy golden omelet waiting for your personal touch. Load it with crisp spinach, sweet peppers, earthy mushrooms, or juicy tomatoes, and suddenly breakfast feels like a celebration instead of a routine. The eggs provide protein-packed energy, keeping you sharp and satisfied until lunch, while each colorful veggie adds its own punch of flavor and nutrients. Feeling bold? Toss in fresh herbs or a hint of spicy jalapeno for a morning kick. Prefer comfort? A blanket of melted cheese will wrap your taste buds in cozy warmth. The magic of this omelet is that it's entirely yours. No preset rules, no compromise. Every bite is a small victory, a reminder that even the simplest meal can be fun, nourishing, and uniquely yours. Number 3, Classic Burger. The Classic Burger is exactly what its name promises. Simple, satisfying, and unpretentious. One juicy, perfectly seasoned beef patty sits on a soft bun, dressed with just enough lettuce, tomato, and pickles to keep every bite fresh and flavorful. It's the burger that doesn't try too hard. No bacon, no fancy sauces, no gimmicks, just the kind of straightforward indulgence that makes comfort food so comforting. What makes the Classic Burger stand out is its versatility. You can dress it up with cheese or mustard if you like, or enjoy it as is, savoring the balance of meat, bun, and fresh toppings. Nutrition-wise, it's a manageable choice compared to double patties or loaded options, giving you protein and flavor without overwhelming extras. For anyone who grew up loving a simple burger, this one hits every nostalgic note while letting the ingredients' quality shine. It's proof that sometimes less really is more. Number 2, Fruit and Yogurt Parfait. Let's talk about the Fruit and Yogurt Parfait. It's like the breakfast equivalent of putting on your favorite playlist first thing in the morning. Layers of creamy yogurt, vibrant berries, and that golden crunch of granola make every spoonful feel like a little celebration in your mouth. It's wholesome, yes, but it's also fun, approachable, and somehow comforting, like a cozy blanket in a cup. This parfait isn't trying to wow you with gimmicks. Instead, it quietly nails what matters: balance and flavor. The yogurt gives a gentle protein boost, the fruit adds natural sweetness, and the granola delivers just the right amount of texture to keep things interesting. For anyone who wants a light, satisfying breakfast that doesn't sacrifice enjoyment, this parfait hits all the right notes. Sometimes, simplicity is the ultimate indulgence, and here it's executed beautifully. Number 1, Simple Pancakes. There's something timeless about simple pancakes. Just 1 or 2 golden discs stacked neatly on a plate, with a pat of butter slowly melting on top. No frills, no flashy toppings, just the pure, comforting taste of a classic breakfast. These pancakes feel like a warm morning hug. They're approachable, nostalgic, and endlessly satisfying. The beauty lies in their simplicity. The batter is light and slightly sweet, cooking up fluffy pancakes that balance softness with a gentle crisp on the edges. Drizzle a little syrup or enjoy them plain. Either way, you're getting a small but delightful dose of breakfast happiness. For mornings when you don't need the extravagance, simple pancakes deliver exactly what you want: uncomplicated flavor, a soft texture, and a little moment of joy before the day starts. Sometimes, less really is more.